Welcome back to Melly Loves Death Metal. Happy Wednesday. I don't really have anything new to talk about. I'm waiting on a couple of packages to come in the mail within the next couple of days. So I figured a lot of people have asked me to do a full video on all of my special edition, like VHS, DVD style of collector's box sets, cassette box sets that I have. Cool. Yeah, I'll do that. These are some of my favorite things in my collection. So, absolutely, I'll do a whole video on them because I know that I've shown them littered throughout several different videos of like collection updates and stuff. And so, maybe not everybody's seen them all. So yeah, I'll do that. Just a fair warning here. I'm pretty sure every single one of these are sold out. So you'll have to go find them on Discogs or something. I mean, they're all very limited runs, so that makes sense that they wouldn't be available anymore. And some of these were put out a while ago. But it's a new thing that I've been obsessed with collecting lately. And I hope other labels start to do like special limited runs like this because for the most part, these are just like two or three labels that have done this over the last couple of years or last year or so. But before I get started, I got two announcements. Yes, this is a Melanie Loves Death Metal shirt. No, I'm not printing shirts yet. No, I don't have them for sale. So basically, this is the story of how I got this. So as everybody knows, I'm a dance mom. We're on a dance team. Our kids travel all over Florida. They compete. Well, the dance season's over. Most of them know, well, some of them know that I have a death metal YouTube channel and that I recently just got, the new logo and stuff like that. They obviously don't listen to death metal. It's literally not anything that they're into at all. But it's kind of a running joke that I'm a dance mom and then this is also like another hobby of mine or like another passion of mine and stuff like that. So she makes shirts for us for the dance team, like team shirts and like funny like dance shirts and like stuff like that. She has a Cricut and then like a hot like t-shirt press at home and she does like a bunch of other stuff. And so she, like, as a nice gesture, she made a couple of shirts for me, just to, kind of like mock-up shirts just to see like what it would look like and stuff like that, and in different colors and stuff like that, like as like a really nice gesture, because like she can get like shirts like at a very like wholesale discounted price, and then she obviously made the vinyl and then put it on here. So kind of cool. I've got a bunch of different colors. I don't think I'm going to be pressing any of these colors. I pretty much might just do black and white. And like I said, I'm going to be working through Marty from Heavy Metallurgy to do that because he owns a t-shirt, like a pressing company. So if you didn't know that, and if you're a band or anybody, like, hit him up. Just message Heavy Metallurgy. I'll link in the description too, the website and stuff. That's who I'm going to go through. But yeah, so you're going to see like probably on the course of videos like a couple, like 3 or 4 of these shirts in different colors. Really cool thing. She's made a bunch of other shirts for us too. Like we took my parents to Disney for like a special thing, and we went with my sister and my nephew, and she made like all these like Disney shirts for us to wear, like, things that have nothing to do with death metal. But this was a really nice gesture. So yeah, don't worry, shirts are coming. And this is just like one idea that I had. I don't necessarily know if anybody's gonna buy this because I don't know. Like, it's just a really nice, like, pretty incognito shirt. Like, it's not very like offensive or anything like that, and people will probably just see this and not understand what it is, obviously. But I'm definitely gonna do like the image that Nev made with the gator and stuff like that. But yeah, that's coming soon. I need to send a couple of ideas over to Marty and talk to him. I've been saying that for like weeks now, and I just things are escaping my mind. Second thing is I've talked about Mike Abominator's channel, Welcome to Hell, several times on here. Mike from Ruin. He's been obviously in the death metal scene for a very long time. Like, he's essentially just, I call him like the underground legend. Like, he just has so many amazing stories, and he's been involved with so many incredible things. And obviously his band Ruin is incredible too. So he recently just did an episode, number 27, Norway death metal. Yeah, Norwegian death metal bands. It's a 3-hour long video definitely worth the time to watch, okay? And as I got towards the end of the video, I was not expecting this, but he shouted me out and showed off a piece of merch that he bought from my store. He bought the Melanie Loves Death Metal koozie. So cheers, Mike. Thank you so much. That was awesome. And he talked about my channel and stuff like that. So yes, you do get physical merch. Like some people were wondering, like legitimately, some people were like, oh, am I ever gonna actually get something if I order from you? I don't know if that's like a YouTuber thing. I have no idea. But yes, I'm not physically printing them. There's a company that's doing it for me. They handle everything. So he got it. It looks good. I actually ordered a couple of like samples of all of the mock-ups that I made on my site. They should be here in a couple of days. I'll show them off on the channel, hat and all that stuff like that, so you can see how things look before you decide. But link in the description to my web store. Thank you so much, Mike. Please go subscribe to his channel. He does not have nearly as much subscribers as he should. If you are a huge nerd and you love learning about underground, like 90s death metal bands or grind bands or anything like that, and like you want to see like amazing demos that he has in his collection, and he goes into like full detail about how he knows the bands and how he's like written letters to them and they went back and forth, like he knows, yeah, he knows Euronymous. Like he talks about this in this video, and like before he was unfortunately killed by Varg, and like really really cool stuff. I'm a huge nerd about all of this like history, and that's what I really miss about Ken's channel, is because he would go into detail and he would upload demos and stuff like that. So please watch his channel, subscribe to it if you're into that. If you're into that, you'll love it. So yeah, thank you so much, Mike. I was not expecting this. As you can see, I was pretty close to the end of the episode here. Let me get my face out of the way. I was pretty close to the end of the episode here, and then I noticed, and then he started talking about my channel. I was like, oh, and I like kind of like perked up because I was watching it while I was working yesterday. And I thought that was really cool. So thank you so much. Please subscribe to his channel. The link will be in the description of where you can go do that. Check out that latest video. There's a lot of Norwegian death metal bands that I did not know about, and I wrote them down. I'm going to go check them out and probably obsess about trying to find some bootlegs or whatever of those demos now to add into my collection. But yeah, so that was really cool. That's my dog. He's asleep. Don't worry, he's not dead. But I do appreciate the comments in the videos about how I like your dead dog in the background. He's not dead. He's passed the fuck out. It's early in the morning before work. I figured I would get this video out before I need to log on for the day and lose my soul to corporate business. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So I have a bunch to show off. I'm not going to get into super detail about the bands. If you're interested in the bands, I will link in the description where you can go listen to their music. But again, like I said, most of these are probably sold out, so keep that in mind. So the first one I want to show is one that I'm pretty sure is sold out. I don't know if there's any of these available. I'm pretty sure they're gone. But this is the Putridarium VHS tape box set for their latest album that came out last year, towards the end of the year. This was put out by Night Terror Records, right there. And I'm not even going to try to say I can never say their album name, so that's what it is. But yeah, it's like a VHS box, or a tape box, or whatever. I got to organize my damn desk because I don't have room for anything here. Putridarium is a band out of Germany. Why did I think it was something else? Anyway, Death Doom bands, very, very heavy and crushing. So inside the box, I will try to show you, is a bunch of goodies. There's like a little foam thing here that keeps the tape in place. But these goodies are a couple of things. And you're probably wondering, why do I still have the tape in here? I actually have Headsplit Records tape on my rack back there. So this is just a collector's item. And I don't do that very often with my collection, but I will probably never play this tape. And it's just kind of one of those things that cool to own. So there's a little postcard inside of some artwork, and then like a flyer of the band right there that comes in here. And then you also get a poster of the album artwork, and then alternate artwork on that side. You get a little flyer here that talks about the like liner notes of the album, thank yous, and then lyrics of the songs, which is kind of cool because when you see the cassette tape, you'll understand why that's a good cool thing. I don't remember if I showed this off in the last video, but you can try this. You can pause it and try to get that download code. I don't remember if I gave that out last time or not, so if it's already been used, apologies. And then there's like this little pin in here too. Little like pin that you can put on like a backpack or a battle vest or whatever, or I'm sorry, a vest. Somebody got really, who was it Justin? It might have been Justin Horrible, where he like went off on a tangent about how he hates people calling them battle vests. I don't know, whatever. And then you get some little rubber maggots, which I knew that was going to be in there, so it wasn't shocking. But yes, I'm keeping them in there. I'm trying to keep everything natural. So when you take the tape out, it talks about each side of the tape on the back. There you go. And then here is the cassette tape. It's an all over UV printed tape. The head split tape is not like this, but that's the reason why I wanted this so bad, is to have this version of it. Again, I have not played it, but this is definitely just a collector's item for me. I love this album and I love this band. I did like a whole thing about this band. I showed off all of their demos and stuff that I have in my collection and talked about them. There's an Ancient Death Putridarium split that I need to get. For some reason, I don't own that, so I need to look for that. That's like the last thing I need to get. So, Putridarium, Night Terror Records. I love this box set. As soon as I saw it, I wanted it. I needed it. There was like no question. This was like an instant buy. A lot of these are like that. So definitely one of my favorites. I love this album. So good. So that's the first one. The second one that I got is from Iron Fortress, which I think these next I have several in here. This is Blood Rage, Welcome to Crimson Pines. This was like ultimately the first one that I ever got. I'm trying to remember. No, I bought this one, and the next two Ben sent to me as a gift. So yeah, this was essentially what got me into it for the first like I got this was the first one in my collection. Well, that's not true. I'm lying. I've had a couple here for a while, but I just, in regards to like this style of VHS box set, like this was the one that I first got that made me like sold me. So I love how it just looks like a horror movie, you know, but it's actually Blood Rage's. Goddamn, I'm having a hard time. I need to wake the fuck up. It's actually Blood Rage's first EP from 2022, band from the UK. Awesome death metal band. So when you open it up, again, that foam thing is here. Obviously the tape's not there, but I'll show you in a minute. And then you get a zine that was made by Johnny Freeze from Frozen Scream's imprint, and it goes into extensive detail. And it's like basically a really cool like Xerox zine. It got bent up a little bit in this box. I need to flatten it out. And it talks about you know, Tom from Blood Rage and like what horror movies he loves, his influence on this EP, and like all this awesome stuff. So really cool zine. God damn, how did it get bent? I didn't think it did. So really awesome zine. They did a really good job with this. I read that whole thing. I thought that was really cool. And then here is the cassette tape that came inside the box. I have this on my shelf back there because I want to be able to quickly get it and listen to it. So red tape with the sticker, and then the J card. So yeah, awesome stuff. Again, I'll link in the description these bands so you can go check them out. I think some of these tapes are probably still available, just not the VHS tape. I'll link those too. I gotta look. I can't remember if the tapes have sold out or not either. Iron Fortress has so much stuff out, it's hard to keep up with what's sold out and what's still available. So there's that one. The next one is another one from Iron Fortress. Ben actually sent this to me as a gift. This is Cremulation with Amalgamated Abomination. I can't remember the horror movie this is based off of. Simon and him talked about it in the video that I showed this off on. This is a really awesome band. I was new to them. I had never heard them before. And now I'm a fan. So they are a band out of the UK again, death metal, obviously horror themed death metal. This is their first full length. They came out last year. So this is a pretty standard one. Pretty simple. Just that's it. So yeah, not all of them come with goodies, but again, I thought this was still pretty cool. And then the tape is right here. I'm pretty sure these tapes are probably still available. So if you like what you hear when I link in the description, go snag these. Iron Fortress is just probably like the best label right now, in my opinion. Just so much stuff coming out, so much new music that's keeping my collection going. For like the newer music, I feel like some other labels, especially 20 Bucks Spin, god damn, they've slowed down a lot. Like they've only like put out like 3 albums this year, and last year it was like every month or something like that. So but yeah, Cremulation, that was the next one. I love, this is such a good one. The next one is another one that I got from Iron Fortress. This is a band that is also awesome. Check them out. Obviously, I wouldn't own any of this if I didn't like them. So this is Seven Doors with The Final Gate, their latest EP from 2025. This is another band out of the UK, Ryan from Grave Ghoul, and I believe he also played in Tenebro Live. He used to also be in Blood Rage, so there's a lot of connections here. This is his band. He has several, he has a couple EPs and singles and stuff out, but yeah, and he has a full length that came out 2 years ago. But this is the newest EP on Iron Fortress. I'm pretty sure these are sold out, but the tapes probably are still available. This is really, really good. Again, you open it up, I do still have the tape in here. It's because I don't have any room on my rack back there. I need to get another one. And then another zine made by another split zine that was put out with Iron Fortress that was made for this. So, or not Iron Fortress, Frozen Screams. So if you don't know Frozen Screams, it's a zine slash music, death metal, and I think now hardcore label. And John makes amazing zines. He has for several years now. Frozen Screams has their own zine. I think there's a latest edition that just came out. So it's pretty cool that he's been like co-releasing these things with Iron Fortress, because yeah, it just goes really well with the label and the releases that are being put out. So again, another like interview and all that stuff with about the album and influences, and then again the tape. Here you go, I'll show you too. I like this tape. I like these like clear milky colored tapes. I don't know what to call them, but yeah. And then again, J card. There you go. So now we're getting into, oh no, sorry, there's one more that you probably haven't seen. I don't know if I actually showed this fully off in a video, now that I think about it. Anyway, let's get this together. Hello? My phone's making noise, just making sure. Nothing. I'm on high alert because my father-in-law is still in the hospital. He's doing better. He's hopefully going to be getting released this week. But I'm on high alert because there's just been constant updates coming like all day, every day. So I'm constantly checking my phone to see what's going on. So, okay. This is my newest one. I'm so happy I have this one. This I didn't need at all. I already own the CD of this. And Dismal Fate Records put this out, and I saw it go up for sale. It was pretty pricey considering what the shipping cost. So I reached out to Bennett over at Iron Fortress, like, you're getting this in your distro, right? And he said, yeah, very limited copy. It'll still be pretty expensive, but at least you won't have to pay for the shipping. So he had it sitting there for a while and mentioned that like one of the last copies was still available. And I was like, you know what? I don't care. I'm just going to get it. So this is Mortuary Ghoul, Norman. Mortuary Ghoul I've talked about 1,000 times on here. Very like Mortician worshipy, brutal death metal style of music. The Ghoul is the only member. Funny enough, I don't know his name or anything. Usually if it's like a one-man band, I know who it is behind it and stuff like that. But this one, this one has evaded me for a while. Immediately I haven't like asked or anything. But yeah, this is a newest full length that came out last year. Dismal Fate put out a special VHS tape edition. And there's a ton of stuff that comes in this one. Stuff that's just so, like, I'll never ever use it, but it's still cool to have. So the first thing is, obviously, yeah, if you're familiar with the horror movie, you know, behind this, Norman Bates, like Bates Hotel, like a nice key. It's all like rusted and stuff. This is actually a cool keychain, and I've considered putting it on my keys, but also want to keep it in good condition, so maybe I'll like hang it or something from my shelf. A patch. There you go. Some stickers, which I have 1,000 of these, so I have so many of these. They get sent to me. I swear on like every package I ever get from like Dismal Fate or any like underground death metal label, they always send me Mortuary Ghoul stickers. A nice postcard of the album cover. A man's best friend is his mother. A pin, really nice like die cast pin. A vomit bag. There you go. Obviously, I haven't had to use this yet. I won't be. But again, one of those things I didn't necessarily need, but thought was funny. And then a poster of the album cover. So those are all the fun goodies that you get with this. I have to like place this strategically in here so that the box closes. But otherwise, it fits pretty nicely. It really does. Actually, you could just technically just throw everything in here and it would still fit nicely. But I've got a little bit of OCD there to make sure that everything doesn't. Okay, there's that. And then the cassette tape is right here. Like I said, I didn't need this, but this was limited to 50 copies. I got 44. So this is simply just a collector's item. I have played the tape a couple times. So funny enough, I had the tape and CD. And ever since I got this, I've been playing the tape, which really doesn't make any sense at all because, like, the CD is easy and I don't have to get up and flip it. But, yeah, I don't know. I can't explain to you how my brain works. I'm sorry. And then here is the J card. I love the black and white aesthetic of this. Just the font, everything, the layout of this, the overall design of it is so awesome. Like, this has actually made me want to get the vinyl, and I've been seeing the record around on distros and stuff, and I'm like, I don't need it. I told myself I wasn't going to be doing these things, but Mortuary Ghoul is probably like a top 3 band for me right now. Like, I listen to his stuff all the time. I've got his other full length, and then an EP, and then the split that he has recently with Tenebro. So, yeah. So the cassette tapes, I believe, maybe still are available. I don't think that these have sold out. The CDs around. The vinyl, like I just said, is everywhere. So, yeah, but that box set, I'm pretty sure is sold out. I don't know if Dismal Fate Records has it anymore. Okay, now we're getting into actual VHSs. These are actually VHS tapes. I have no way of playing these. I still have not looked for a VCR yet to get, but I showed these off. I showed this off fairly recently. Mike from Ruin sent me this Snuff Films. This was put out by Frozen Screams imprint. This is totally sold out, but this is simply just a collector's item at the moment until I'm able to get a VHS player again. But yeah, there's a nice little card on the inside that talks about what it is. A Frozen Screams imprint sticker, which I have 100 of those. And here's the actual VHS tape. So yeah, I'm excited. I think I'm going to do that this weekend. I've got a free weekend finally, so I might go look for a VHS player at like our Goodwill store or something. Because the ones that I'm seeing on eBay and stuff are pretty expensive and not what I want to spend. But yeah. And then the next one I've had this for several years. This has been out for a while now. But I'll show it off again. This is Flesh Driver Live. This was put out also by Frozen Screams imprint. It's a while ago. When was this put out? 2021. This is I forgot. Is it both of them on here? There's a Feast. A Feast of Flesh. Yeah, there we go. That's what it is. So yeah, Flesh Driver is a death metal band out of Florida. Very good. I wish they would make more music. They only have like an EP out in a demo. So wish they made more music. It says they're still active, so I don't know. I don't remember who the members are. Are they in another band? And maybe that's why they're not making anything? No, I don't know. And then again, here's the tape. This also was co-released with a cassette tape version of this too. I have it around here somewhere. It's still in a box that I still have not. It's in the box. I have a box of cassette tapes I have not unpacked yet. Most of those behind me are ones that I've slowly unpacked or I've bought over the last couple of years. So yeah, that one was the first one that I ever got in my collection. That was the first one I ever bought. Or no, I didn't buy it. I think John actually sent it to me. I bought the cassette tape, but he sent me that. All right, and now we're gonna get into like the DVD, Blu-ray, whatever you want to call these cases. So this is another one from Frozen Screams imprint, Splatterhouse. This I showed this off and talked about it fairly recently. Death Grind band. They're split up, but this is their discography. This is their full length and all of their music together. Awesome band. Seriously, check them out if you've never heard their stuff. But this is essentially their whole entire discography, 2 cassette tapes, and then a sticker, which I never use. I just want to keep it in with the box, and then little inner. Oh my god, it's stuck in here. There we go. Little inner piece of paper of artwork, and then the tracks. So yeah, this is really good. I've actually played this several times. I love this album and these EPs and split music, stuff like that. Cool band, awesome band from the early 2000s. It's a shame that I didn't catch on to them until fairly recently when this came out. But yeah, awesome stuff. So these are like the DVD, Blu-ray, whatever. Several bands have done those. I haven't bought every single one that I've seen, but I've gotten some. Next is Trog. This is a fairly new one that I've recently gotten. Trog is a US death metal band. This is their album that came out last year, Horrors Beyond. This is such a good album, such a good band. Please check this out. A lot of people had them on their year-end lists and stuff like that, which made me happy. This is another Frozen Screams imprint release. When you open it up, you've got I Love New York, because that's what they're based out of. Frozen Screams is, and this band is out of New Jersey. A nice little like inner thing here of some more awesome artwork, and then liner notes and stuff. I forgot who did the artwork on this. Don't let it escape me. I know it is. Monkey Business. It's the artist. And then another Frozen Screams, like a trading card on the inside, and then here's the cassette tape. A nice, cool, like frosty blue, turquoise blue cassette tape. These are sold out. I bought this directly from the band because they had sold out on Frozen Screams Bandcamp. No clue if you're able to find these anywhere. It might be on Discogs. Trog still might have them. I'm not too sure. I doubt it. They probably sold out, but yeah. Pretty cool. As you can see, Iron Fortress and Frozen Screams are the main contributors to this video today, with the exception of a few. Then here's another one. Torturous Horrors Await Volume 2. This is an Iron Fortress compilation, like an album, like sampler compilation, like mixtape that he put out around Halloween time last year. This pretty cool. There's the tape on the inside, and then it has an inner sheet that tells you, well, first of all, here's the poster of the album cover, and then it gives you the tracks and the bands who's on there. So it has like Bloodlost, Grave Ghoul, Tenebro, Gauger, Squelch, Morbific, Reaping Death, Mortuary Ghoul. Yeah, I mean, all the bands that I listen to and talk about all the time on here. So yeah, pretty cool. I like this. I hope he continues to make these every year, because I will get them. So yeah, so that one. And then finally the last one is not really anything. I don't know, I just threw it in here because it's kind of similar. One that I mentioned in a recent video that I forgot I even had until I opened up the boxes of my tapes. So when I was starting to go through again, I was like, oh shit, I forgot I did have that. Sanguine Sugarbog's Tortured Whole, that was put out on Days. It was like this little like mini like DVD style. I don't even know what size this is, but pretty basic. Smoky tape right there, and then a little nice inner booklet of the lyrics, which are incredibly hard to read because it's purple font on a black background. So yeah, that's it. that's my collection of these special edition cassette tape box sets, VHS, DVD, whatever you want to call them. And they all sit right here on top of my CD player because I do not have any shelf space for them yet. And I do not have, I could probably put them on my CD shelf over here, but then I won't have enough space for the new CDs that come into the collection. So that's all I have. Check out my store, link in the description. Check out Welcome to Hell, Mike Abominator's awesome channel. All the stuff will be in the description where you can find all these music. Like I said, most of these, if not all of these box sets are probably sold out, but figured I would show them off. A lot of people have been asking about them because I've been randomly showing them off in different videos. So yeah, that's all I have. I'll see you guys in the next one.